Now, now we welcome back to the continuation on the book of Exodus. So now I'm on the part of authorship. In the previous video, I said that to understand better about the authorship, we have to go back to the general discussion that we have on to go back to the discussion we had on the authorship of the Pentateuch as a whole. So since we said Moses, it was proposed that Moses, as in traditionally accepted that Moses wrote the book Pentateuch. So even we have some internal, evidences which are recorded in the Bible itself, Bible passages. So including New Testament. We have Exodus 17, 14, 24, 34, 27. So we also have like book of Joshua 8:31, Mark 17, 12, 26, and Luke 2:22 to 23. So now let me now explain some additional let me give some more explanation on the authorship of the book. These um Exodus. So, and as I said before, traditionally, the book is attributed to Moses. What did I mean by traditionally? So according to the church tradition, so or the biblical claims. So the books are actually, attributed to Moses. So what was this Moses? I can even say that Moses is the subject of Exodus, even the Pentateuch, even though Israelite is talking about the Israelite. Oh, the man God used in the Pentateuch or Exodus was Moses. So who was this Moses? Was he was an Israelite leader and a prophet, and he lived around 1300 to 1200 BC. So he lived around that time, and now these traditional acceptance of Moses being the author of the book of Exodus is actually built on some following points. Number one point is that according to biblical claims, so the book of Exodus itself attributes its authorship to Moses. If we look at the book of Exodus itself, there are some passages that attribute itself to Moses, just like the passages I mentioned, like Exodus 17 and 14, Exodus 24, 24, 34, 27. So we also have another claim of Moses being the authorship of the book is according to Jewish tradition. According to Jewish traditions, there are some documents. There are some Jewish documents that also claim that Moses was the writer of the book. So we have the book. We have the Talmud. Talmud is Talmud. Talmud and some other Jewish sources confirm Moses as the author. So now let me talk about this Talmud quickly. Talmud. What do you mean by Talmud? So this is a central text of the rabbinic Judaism. Rabbinic from the word rabbi, so consisting commentary and analysis of the Hebrew Bible. So Tanakh. So and Jewish oral tradition. So it's a vast compilation of discussions, debates, and insights from rabbis and scholars over several centuries. I can call these Talmud as a kind of a record, a document that contains the teachings of the rabbis. Who are the rabbis? The teacher, the Hebrew teachers, religious teachers. So it comprises their discussion, on the compilation of their debates or discussion, and even insight from rabbis and scholars, which is over centuries. So from this Talmud, so we have the claim that it was written by Moses. So, and what is the structure of the Talmud? So we have the Mishnah. Mishnah can be dated back to 200 CE, and we also have the Gemara rather, so which is back to 500 CE. So Mishnah has to do with the written collection of Jewish oral tradition and law. So you can find that in in the Talmud. So it is a structure so which contain the written collection of Jewish oral tradition. There's a difference from oral tradition and the Torah itself. So this is a kind of collection, just like we have it in literature. There's something we call anthology. And in anthology, there's a collection of poems. So this one too is a collection of Jewish tradition, of Jewish oral traditions and law. So we also have the Gemara, of which can be dated back to 500 CE. So commentary and analysis on the Mishnah. So including debate, stories, and explanation. So that is, Mishnah is just like collection of Jewish oral traditions and law. So why Gemara is like a commentary, like a comment analysis of this Mishnah. So they including debate and all that. So what we are still saying is that from the Talmud, it's claimed that Moses was the author of the Bible, of the Exodus. So that is under traditional view. So what's that the content of this book? With this Talmud we're talking about, we have Akacha, so which is the Jewish law. Akacha, we have which is practical application and interpretation of the biblical, laws. We also have Agada, which is narrative stories. We have, it comprises the stories, legend, and ethical teachings. So in the in their society, so even their religion, basically their religion. We also have Midrash is exegesis, that is interpretation and explanation of the biblical text. So that is that about that. So now looking at this, so we can come to understand that what they're trying to say there, that this Talmud of a thing is actually another evidence that supports Moses as being the author of the book, or of the book of Exodus. So the Talmud also testifies that, so which is under a traditional view. So for you to get more information on Talmud, so I have created a summary on that. I've written a summary on that. So, and I'll see what to do to how to actually share that with us. So now that is that about that. So now to conclude that part actually, so despite these debates, actually we have this debate and all that. So Moses remained the traditionally accepted author of Exodus, with many scholars acknowledging his significant role in shaping the book's content and message. So simply put, all the long stories are talking about Moses being the author of that book. So in the next one, I will now be talking about the outline of the contents of the book and some other stuff. Thank you for watching too. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe.